Moses Itauma versus Dillian Whyte. So last week that fight went down. Moses Itauma 20.
Who is he? I've never even heard of this geezer's name. I saw the
Yeah.
something come up, Mark, and obviously I'm a cash. So I'm
Yeah.
looking at it, I'm thinking, who's this geezer? Are they just giving him like a journeyman so my man can get like a win or something, so they can give him like a contender spot or something like that? I had no clue who the geezer is.
So he is a young heavyweight, very, very fast feet, very, very fast hands, combinations, all of that. My man serious still, but I'm going to say it like this. People, Dillian Whyte, yeah, he owes his whole career to Anthony Joshua. And what I mean by that is the British public followed Dillian Whyte because of his rival with Anthony Joshua. And based off of that, they believed that he was going to be a lot better than he actually was. So let me elaborate on this. When he was waiting for his title shot, I remember telling mans, yo, I don't know why everyone's talking about this 1,000 days, 600 days, whatever it was. I'm not saying that anything can't happen in a boxing ring, but my man hasn't showed us nothing that at the time showed us that he could beat Wilder at the time, he could beat Fury at the time, or even he could beat AJ at the time, or he was more developed to beat AJ. And what he went and did is he really, really ruined his career with the Tyson Fury fight. That's where he ruined his career, because how he handled himself in the build-up to that fight, he came in sloppy, looked like he hadn't trained, all of that. And I believe that's where his career changed. Now, I'm not saying he didn't make a lot of money, but now he understands that he's at a place now where it's like, I need to make as much money as possible and then cash out. He knows that he's at that place. So that's why he took that fight, the Itauma fight, because he got 2.6 all in all. It was 1.6 for the actual fight, but he got another million on top with all the other stuff. So 2.6 million for what? 2 minutes worth of work. They knew that Itauma. People, we didn't even talk about that fight because in the build up to that fight, Dillian Whyte basically told the world, I'm here to lose. Like every time they asked him what's going to happen, you'll see what happens. Like you could tell he didn't want it. Itauma now, he has to be moved carefully because a lot of men think that those fast feet and those fast hands are enough. People, let me give you an example. Amir Khan may have had some of the fastest hands the British boxing scene has ever seen. And he was chopping man up with those hands. But the second he fought a man who knew how to time those hands, you seen what happened. Danny Garcia, 2012, at 140, my man timed him with the left hook perfectly on the button. Now, when I see Itauma, I see a brother who is very good, but he needs to be moved very carefully and his confidence needs to be built. Because if they put him in there with a brother who knows how to time him, they will ruin his career. Like, don't follow what the mainstream press say. Dillian Whyte is not the standard anymore. Like, most man should be able to get Dillian Whyte out of there. Like, he's gone. He's finished. He's finished. AJ's finished. All them mans are done. That's how boxing works, people. It works in classes. You get classes. You get a class. And once it's time for that class to retire, you'll start seeing mans getting KO'd, etc., etc. And that's what is happening now. All them men are going to lose. Fury knows that he'll lose if he tries to fight the right man. That's why he's not doing it. The only brother out of this crop right now who can really carry on is Usyk, 1 or 2 fights. Fury, you're more or less done. AJ, you're done. Dillian Whyte, you're done. But if these man, Chisora, my man, in 10 years, yeah, probably even 5, he won't even be able to speak. He'll be like a Freddie Roach. You see what I'm saying? That money means nothing. That money means nothing. So that's that. What are you saying, Noble? What are you saying?
That's sad. That's a sad reality what you forth there. And it's for our, and we're purveying and cheering and placing wagers and bets on people trying to kill each other in essence. Minor and major concussions, just sparring, never mind getting to the big show. And then the after effects, it's terrible, man. It's absolutely terrible. What do you think about the modification of the Ali Act and what are the implications?
Break that down. You know, I didn't even know there was a modification of that.
Yeah, they've modified it, so it's all this TKO thing in it, and Turkey. So they're basically. Oh, and also, you know that there's not going to be boxing in the US on like normal television anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's all going out to tender and all that. But in essence, the modification of the Ali Act, it's not totally changed. Of just basically put an act on top of it, which basically gives promoters the opportunity to be like the UFC, as we've spoke about in the past.
Yeah.
They've put so much money behind this thing. I thought to myself, there's no way they're going to allow this. So they want the people who are going to, who could potentially die in the ring, not to control their own destiny and not have the lion's share or 50% of the thing. They want to drop them down to the UFC and they're getting 18%. 18% versus the promoters getting them. It's all about. It's basically some money move. They're taking the money from the fighters and giving it now to the promoter, and
100%.
it's going to be Turkey and them man's TKO, whatever the Zuffa boxing thing. They're going to be the beneficiaries of this thing because they got money to burn.
Yeah, 1,000%. But Saudi, I was learning some things about Saudi still the other day. Like them man, I don't know what them man are on, but when it comes down to this boxing thing, I don't know what their end goal is anyway. I don't know what their end goal is because them man are questionable, and I don't want to make it a political thing.
Sports washing, Mark, is what they're doing.
They're very, very political in how they do things, the Saudis. And I was just watching about, I was doing some research about Idi Amin. And when he left Uganda, he first went to Gaddafi, Libya.
Yeah.
He went there first. And then he went to Saudi. And then man gave him like a big mansion to live with his wives and rare. And they're very, very strategic, them man. This boxing thing, I haven't worked it out yet, but boxing to me now, I think they've helped usher in a lot of the comedic style boxing stuff that we see going on.